I'm actually going to be showing you guys how I finger curl my hair using my little shark flex style today. All of my hair is 80% dry in this sort of shape. Honestly, this gets so much easier and faster as you do this. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm actually going to be showing you guys how I finger curl my hair. I've gotten a lot of questions on how I actually do this because I typically post it like on my stories or when I do TikToks, you know, film TikToks and I'm doing my makeup. A lot of the times you can see that I'm like just setting my hair and letting the curls set. So I figured why not do a tutorial and post it here for you guys here on YouTube. I actually wasn't even going to make this video, but then I realized, oh, I have so many people asking me how I do it. I have never really given them like a full explanation as to how I do it. So here's the how-to and what I use and again how I do it. So because I wasn't initially planning on making this video, I did already apply the products onto my hair, but I'm going to show you guys which ones that I use. I first start off with this Living Proof leave-in conditioning spray, and I really like it because it detangles and protects against UV and heat. So because I'm going to be using my little shark flex style today, I do want to protect my hair against heat, so I start off with this leave-in spray. And because I do my hair right out of the shower, I do want to make sure that it is like tangle free. So that's why I start with this one. Then after all of that is brushed throughout my hair, I either use like a fingers or a brush, really doesn't matter. However which way you do it, as long as it gets all over your hair, it's completely fine. Then I go in with this other Living Proof product. It's the Full Thickening Blow Dry Cream. Now I already have pretty thick hair. I don't honestly essentially even know why I put it, but it's also heat protectant and I do like how it makes my hair feel. It probably does give it just like a tad bit more volume than my normal hair would without it. So I do like to bundle these two together. I feel like they just work really well. And lastly, depending on which type of blowout I do, I go ahead and put in this spray. I actually went ahead and got it from Marshalls. It's from Function of Beauty and it's for straight hair and it's a soft bounce texturizing spray. And I don't know if you guys can tell, but again, my hair is straight out of the shower. It's already drying pretty straight, so I do want something that is going to add texture to my hair so that way the curls hold a little bit better. I do have a tendency with my hair in specific that when I curl my hair, no matter which way, especially with heat, my curls tend to fall out pretty quickly. So I want to try to make them last as long as possible, and I even add hairspray, but I feel like adding this texture spray really does help them stay in my hair a little bit longer, and that is exactly what I want. So that's basically why I added. Do I really know if all these products actually work? Of course, not necessarily no, but I do love them. I love how they make my hair look and feel, so I just put them on my hair and I'm just gonna keep doing it. So yeah, let's get into how I actually curl my hair. My hair is kind of already dry, and when you curl your hair, you want it to be about 80% dry. Because it's super thick, the underneath part of my hair is kind of already there, but the top portion still needs to be dried a little bit more. So I'm gonna go ahead and blow dry it to get like my full head up to about that 80%. It would be helpful if I plugged it in. Okay, and I just adjusted the brightness on my vanity and I feel like this lighting is so much better. Now that pretty much all of my hair is 80% dry, I'm going to go ahead and section it off. I like to go ahead and start kind of with like a huge chunk on the bottom half because again, I do have a lot of hair. I always do my best to try section it in 3, and this is typically just how much hair that I leave out for it to be like the first section. And then I just go ahead and pin the rest or clip the rest, however you want to put it, on the top and keep it out of the way. And with the length that my hair is right now, it does make it pretty easy to wrap around the barrel, again with this length and the thickness of my hair, so I typically don't have too much of a hard time with it being sectioned off this way. Literally whatever works for you, but this is just how I do it. So again, I'm going to be using my shark flex style, and I got this actually about a year ago today, so it's kind of cool that I'm doing this video today, this time of year. Again, I just think that's pretty interesting. And what I like about the shark flex style, and I'm pretty sure with like the Dyson as well, it tells you which side is like right and left, so that again, that makes it pretty easy for me to know which way I'm going to be wrapping my hair. And when I first started using my shark, I genuinely had a really hard time on how to use the barrel. It really is true, practice makes perfect, and once you get the hang of it, it becomes really easy. I feel like I'm able to do my hair a lot faster now. So let's go ahead and do like the first curl. I'm probably going to take about this much hair. I'm kind of iffy about it right now because of how thick it is, but I think it'll work out. So let's just go ahead and see and do my hair. Also, I do want to know, you want to make sure that your heat is all the way up and that your power is all the way up, because that's really what's going to help the curl wrap around the barrel, and then you can make it tighter as you keep going in and tightening the curl. curl should come out. And you want to make sure that you hit it with the cool shot before pulling out your curl, and then turning off your device before you pull out the curl. Because I see a lot of people who use either the Dyson or the Shark, and they take out the curl while it's still on, and the curl doesn't look this tight or as good. So definitely make sure that you turn it off before you go ahead and pull out the curl. While it's still kind of warm, I'm gonna go ahead and make sure that I have my clip ready, and then let me see if I can kind of get a little closer to show you guys. I'm gonna take my two fingers like this. Both my fingers are gonna be kind of in this sort of shape, so just try and follow me here. And I'm gonna bring it all the way down, and then kind of wrap it just like this, bind it together, and then with my other finger wrap it, and then keep going and going and going and going, and then secure it with that pin from earlier. And there you have it. You have your cute little curl, and then it's just gonna look like a little donut on your head. And that's pretty much how I do my hair. So I'm just gonna finish the rest of my head and show you guys. You're just gonna keep repeating the process until your entire head is done. It doesn't have to be completely perfect. As long as you're pinning the curls and letting them pull in this sort of format, it's gonna be okay. Like, this little part is hanging out and there's no need to worry. Everything's still gonna curl and everything's still gonna come out great. So don't worry if it's not absolutely perfect. And then for the left side, you're just gonna go ahead and switch out the barrels and then do the exact same thing. Honestly, this gets so much easier and faster as you do this. Just look at how bouncy that curl is. And if you mess up a curl, don't be afraid to start over. Just keep practicing until you get it right. See, even I still mess up sometimes. It can be hard. Okay, so my camera's about to die, but I will come back to you guys once my full head is done. Okay, so my entire head is done, and I know it probably looks really crazy right now, but you have to trust the process. I could honestly take these out right now, but again, because my hair does not hold a curl, I want to keep these in for as long as possible. So I typically do other things while I let these curls just sit. I will like do my homework, work on content, or literally just take a little coffee break, or just do my makeup. So that's typically what I do. I typically do my makeup while the curls are setting, just so that way they're not sitting in too long, because you'll guys see at the reveal, they're gonna be pretty tight, especially since we rolled them up that way. But again, they're gonna fall out really nicely into like a blowout type of style. The way that I like to do my hair, I want them to be tight when they first fall out, and it might look a little super crazy at first, but as they progressively fall out throughout the day, it's gonna look a lot nicer. But I'll show you guys at the reveal, and I'll come back to you guys once we get to that part. Okay, so the makeup is done, the hair is set, and if you guys are interested in the makeup look, I have them posted on my YouTube channel, so just go ahead and check it out. It's the same exact look. But now, without further ado, we can unleash the curls. Real quickly before we do, I'm just gonna set it with some hairspray. This is the Color Wow like flexible firm hold hairspray. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do a spray all over. Nothing's coming out, so let me get a different hairspray. This is the Kristen S Ultra Fine Workable Hairspray. Okay, and again, I do want to reiterate that they are going to probably come out a bit tight, especially since they've been in for about 30 minutes or so. But as they fall, again, this is just how I personally like to do my hair. You can leave them in for a shorter amount of time, or not even pin curl it if you don't want to. You could always just leave it with the barrel and not even pin it and let it set right away. It's totally up to you how you want to do your hair. Again, this is just how I do it. Let me go ahead and start undoing the pins. And I'm going to leave the bangs for last. so these are the curls before I brush them out, and I'm also going to go ahead and put some hair oil on them before I brush them out. As you can tell, I really like the Olaplex number 7 bonding oil. It just kind of gets rid of the frizz really nicely, and because the curls are so tight, it kind of loosens them a little. So I just like to go ahead and brush it through with my fingers and get it into all over my hair. Lastly, I like to go in with this Miracle 10 spray. I just like to go ahead and spritz it all over before brushing out my curls for that like really nice shine it adds. Okay, and now that all the hair products are on, I'm just going to gently brush out my curls. And I'm actually going to use a wide tooth comb for this. And then just gently brush them out while using my hand to like help them fall into place. And then now for the bangs. I feel like my bangs are always the hardest part. And then if my hair still isn't cooperating, I go in with like a smaller toothbrush just to brush out the curls. And with my hair, I typically like to do a side part. It kind of just depends how my hair wants to act. But a side part is usually the way my hair goes anyways, naturally, if I don't middle part it. So I kind of just like mess around with it until I get like the look that I'm going for. I definitely need a haircut though, because my layers have grown out, and I usually like to have more layers, especially for more definition with how thick my hair is. But you know, that's another topic for another day. Okay, and here's the final look. Of course, it's still a tad bit frizzy. I'm still working on that. I'm still trying to figure out how to manage it more with my hair. But overall, the curls are still pretty tight, especially here around the bottom. But again, they're going to fall out and it's going to turn into just like a really, really super nice blowout. And honestly, you just got to play around with your hair until you get it to where you want. I mean, nothing is ever like super perfect or set in stone, but again, you just want to play with your hair. But this is how typically mine comes out. I really, really love it. And especially since I figured out how to use like my Shark Flex style, it's been a lot easier for me on doing my hair, and it doesn't take as long. It took me a little bit longer today because I was recording and like trying to get it super right, but needless to say, it doesn't take me as long anymore. I think before it used to take me about an hour or so. Now it takes me about 30 minutes, which is literally cut in half. So I actually enjoy doing my hair, and I only have to do it every couple of days. Because they're tight right now, they're going to fall nicely throughout the week, so I don't have to keep doing it over and over again, which is less heat to my hair. So I absolutely love using my Shark Flex style. Shout out to my husband for giving it to me last year. So yeah, this is typically how my hair comes out. I'm absolutely obsessed with it. And now I find doing my hair a lot more enjoyable. It's not such a struggle anymore. So now you guys have my makeup and my hair tutorial. I really hope this helps you guys, and I will see you guys on the next video. Bye! Oh, one more thing. If I feel like I've lost a little bit of volume towards my roots, I go ahead and add, again, it's from Living Proof, this dry volume texture spray, and it helps so much. And it kind of just adds a little bit of life back into my hair after the curls have been sitting for a while. It's just like a little bit more of a blowout look to the blowout. Okay, but that is officially it. I'll see you guys on the next video. Bye!